So, I was watching Friday Night Tights last week, and this guy named Yves was on the show, and he was talking about his friend Cecil, who was gonna be on a comic book cover poured out by Dynamite. And since he sounded like such a swell guy, I decided that I'm gonna go and back it. What the? What do you mean it's been canceled? Welcome back, Pixel Nation Comics Division here. How the hell are you? I'm doing pretty good from Monday evening. So apparently, Dynamite Comics has bent the knee to Twitter pressure to go and cancel Cecil's big cover. In speaking with Cecil, neither one of us realized that the cover would be so polarizing. We discussed and are not moving forward with the cover or the campaign. Nick Barucci, CEO and publisher of Dynamite. So who exactly is the Cecil guy? Well, he's a YouTuber, and his channel is called Dick in Comics, which stands for Diversity, Inclusion, Compassion, Kindness, and Comics. It's a dick joke. Anyway, it was a bit of a dig at your boy Zach's channel, which during that time period was called Diversity in Comics. And like I said, this whole thing was a joke. He would go and at the time period compare Marvel comics, which were very SJW, to older Marvel comics, saying that the older ones were terrible, the SJW ones were better, and then going and shredding the older comic book. Again, this whole thing was a bit, it was a routine and a joke, and not a lot of people got it. But if you watch the videos, it was pretty fucking apparent. And I have to say that it was pretty well done. It was classic.
So, here we go, into the shredder.
Now, admittedly, I don't know Cecil personally, but there are people I do know and trust that say he's probably one of the sweetest guys you'll ever meet, and I will have to go and take their word for it. So, how did this controversy start? Well, it appears it all started with Kwanzaa Yajepo. Who's Kwanzaa, you ask? Besides being a fake holiday, a comic book creator that no one's ever heard of. As you can see by his table, because nobody's there. His books are trash. If you actually want to go and read a comic book by an amazing black writer, I do suggest Christopher Priest instead of Fake Holiday. And yes, I did rip that off from just some guy. Now on to this article from Bounty in the Comics, written by John F. Trent. Dynamite Comics announces Cecil's big cover canceled after targeted by social media campaign involving Gail Simone, Mark Russell, Doc Shanner, and more. Much more. Dynamite Comics announces they would no longer be publishing Cecil's big cover, a variant cover for the upcoming Vengeance of Vampirella #1, a series by Tom Sniegoski, God, I hope I said that right, and artist Michael Staub Maria. The comic book publisher had recently announced a variant cover and launched a Indiegogo campaign on July 17th. At the time of writing the article, the campaign raised $9,140. Now, I already covered Dynamite's tweets about the cancellation of the cover, so we're just gonna go and jump down a little bit. Fake Holiday took to Twitter to call out everyone in the comic book industry following Dynamite Comics' promotion of the Indiegogo campaign on Twitter. He wrote, "I'm only saying this once. Everyone in the hashtag comics industry who've been known I don't know what the guy is saying here. That Dynamite Entertainment is supporting ComicsGate needs to stop with the back channel, blind eye, fence-sitting bullshit because of the association with Nick Barucci or checks from this publisher." All right, let's go and scroll down. This is something that was tweeted out. So he retweeted out the tweet by Dynamite Comics, which is no longer around because I did go check and see, and it's not there. So they deleted this tweet along with the campaign. He then accused unnamed individuals of harassing and threatening individuals without providing any evidence. He wrote, "The women biopic," and if you don't know what that stands for, it stands for Black, Indigenous, People of Color, and the alphabet community in comics who they targeted don't get to choose. We've been harassed, threatened, and doxxed by and because of these motherfuckers, who Dynamite is now blatantly promoting because of no backlash. Look, I'm not an idiot. I'm pretty sure there have been pros that have been harassed, and I don't condone any of that bullshit. It's not cool. Unfortunately, it's kind of the nature of the internet, and it does suck. Another thing I want to point out is that if you're not going to name names or provide any receipts, I'm going to call what you say into question. Now, there have been people I do know that have been harassed and have been swatted, such as Peter Samedi, as well as that umbrella guy who has been stalked, as well as doxxed, coming from the other side. Those are the people that I am aware of, and you don't have to look very far to find the receipts. Now, I'm not going to go through all the tweets because, quite frankly, I would be here all night, but I do want to highlight some of them. Specifically this one from Doc Shanner. "Everybody quick. While they're busy showing their asses with this ComicsGate bullshit, let's steal the King Features property away from Dynamite." And you also had tweets like this coming from AIPT. AIPT stands against hatred and bigotry in the comics industry. Therefore, we will be ceasing coverage of Dynamite Entertainment as long as they continue to support and benefit from such groups. And we also have this from Xavier Files. "As we expand our coverage, we won't be covering any of Dynamite Comics publications while they are directly putting money into the pockets of racist, sexist, homophobic, transphobic groups like ComicsGate. We urge other sites to do the same." Ryan Higgins, who owns Comic Conspiracy in Sunnyvale, California, wrote, "I will no longer be stocking Dynamite comic titles at my store." As you can see, Dynamite Comics has been getting it from all angles. Comic book pros, the comic book press, as well as comic book shops. I feel for Nick Barrucci. I'm sure this was not an easy decision to make. I'm sure it was very difficult. But I have to say this. I'm sorry. I can no longer support Dynamite Comics because they bent the knee. And neither should you. And if you want to keep giving them money, I get it. And I respect your decision. But I have to say this. We need to start taking a stand against cancel culture and these companies that bend the knee. We need to start saying no. We need to stop buying their products and letting them know respectfully why we're stopping and we're no longer buying their products. Because if we don't, our voices are not going to be heard. And I do encourage you to go and do your own research on this. Don't just take my word for it or anybody on the internet's word for it. Be educated. Have a voice. Let these companies know that you're not going to support them when they go and bend the knee. I'm very much against cancel culture. I don't think Dynamite Comics or Nick Barrucci should be canceled. It's dumb. But we can't give them our money at the same time. We need to take a stand. That's all I got for tonight. I'll catch you next time. Wow, you made it all the way to the end of the video. Well, if you could do me a huge favor while you're here, if you're new to the channel, go and click that subscribe button. Bash that bell for instant notifications.
And Hulk. Smash
that like button if you enjoyed this video. I even have a P.O. box if you want to go and send me some fan mail. And yes, I finally have received some. Figured I should probably go and update that just because, you know, it's been some time. I would love to give a huge shout out to all my Subscribe Star supporters, because without you, I'd still be making content. But in all seriousness, I do appreciate your support and your help. I want to give a huge shout out to longtime subscriber Toxic Manflu for subscribing to the Well, hello there, Big Spender tier, and Satiker 7th Legion for the Take My Money Damn It tier. You guys are awesome.